Someone needs to hear this today. You're not a kid anymore. You're a grown man who just stepped into leadership. New title, new responsibilities, a bigger paycheck, but also a bigger target on your back. 10 hours a day you absorb stress like a sponge. Deadlines, politics, underperformers, endless messages, constant pressure to be the strong one. At work, you look composed, you look dangerous, you look like you can handle anything. But then, you drive home, and something inside you collapses. You sit in the car for a second before opening the door, because you already know what's coming. The moment you walk in, the leader vanishes. You're supposed to be the calm, safe father, steady, patient, reliable. Instead, you're a live grenade. Your toddler spills a drink. Your wife asks one question in a tone you don't like. The house is loud, your head is full, and you snap, not a small snap. You explode at the people who actually love you. And here's the part that hurts. It's not because you're a bad man. It's because you're undisciplined where it matters most, your reactions. You can handle $1 million crisis, but you can't handle a messy kitchen. That's the quiet shame of modern masculinity. Powerful outside, a hostage inside. This isn't philosophy for nerds. This is a survival manual for the man who is tired of being triggered. Today, you're going to install a new operating system. 7 Stoic tools. Simple, beginner-friendly, built for leaders and fathers. If you're done letting stress turn you into a man you don't respect, type calm in the comments. One word, a public promise, a line in the sand. Now listen. 1. The radius of control. Quote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Marcus Aurelius. Let that land. You cannot control the market. You can't control a team member's hidden mistake. You can't control traffic. You can't control a child who's crying at 2 a.m. Yet most men spend 90% of their mental energy arguing with reality. Getting angry at what you can't control is not passion. It's victimhood. It's you admitting that a toddler, a slow laptop, or a disrespectful co-worker can dictate your soul. The practice. The next time something hits at work or at home, ask one question. Is this within my control? If no, accept it and move. If yes, act with precision, because a leader who tries to control everything becomes a dictator, and a father who tries to control everything becomes a monster. Real power is not controlling events. Real power is controlling your response to them. 2. The chain of poison. Quote, "The best revenge is not to be like that." Marcus Aurelius. This is for the man working under toxic pressure. Maybe your boss embarrassed you in a meeting. Maybe a client spoke to you like you were nothing. You swallowed that poison all day because you're responsible. You have bills, a family, a future. Then you walk into your home and dump that poison onto your wife and kids. That is the ugliest form of weakness, passing pain downward. Stoicism demands you become a transformer of energy, not a transmitter. You take the hit, and you do not spread it. The practice. Right before you speak sharply to your family, ask, "Am I about to become the person I hate?" If your boss was a jerk, don't become a jerk to your son. If the world disrespected you, do not bring that disrespect into your house like a souvenir. A real man protects his home from the world's toxicity. He doesn't import it. 3. The debt of imagination. Quote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality," Seneca. New leaders are haunted by ghosts. They think I'm a fraud. If this fails, I'll lose everything. My team is judging me. My wife will lose respect if I show weakness. You're paying interest on a loan you never even took. Imagination is expensive. It drains your mental battery before the day even starts. You don't just carry a mortgage, you carry a mental mortgage too. The practice. When you start spiraling, demand one thing: evidence. Not your fear, not your gut, not your story. Evidence, facts, data. If there's no evidence, the correct action is not panic, it's focus. Leaders get paid to make decisions based on reality. Fathers get remembered for presence, not for anxiety about a future that never arrives. 4. The sacred space, the heart of the video. Quote, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. This is the most important principle you will ever learn. This is where careers are saved, marriages are protected, and children stop being afraid of their father's mood. Stimulus, your child screams. Response, you yell. Stimulus, your wife questions spending. Response, you bite back. Stimulus, a coworker disrespects you. Response, you explode. That's not leadership. That's conditioning. Press the button, get the reaction. Like an animal in a cage. Stoicism is the art of expanding the space. That tiny pause where you decide who you are. The beginner move. When you feel the heat rising in your throat, do not speak. Count to 2. Lower your voice. 1 level. When a man raises his voice, he loses authority. He gains noise, but he loses respect. A controlled man doesn't need volume. He needs clarity. If you want my cool-down sentences, short phrases to de-escalate tension at home and work, comment space. I'll pin them so you can copy-paste into your life. 5. The law of integrity. Quote, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius. Leadership tempts men to lie politely, to spin, to protect ego. Fatherhood tempts men to punish emotionally, to threaten, to say things they don't mean. If you don't stop crying, we're not going to the park. But you know you're still going, so now your word means nothing. Once your children hear you say what isn't true, they stop trusting you. Once your team sees you bend the truth to cover a mistake, they stop following you. The practice. Before you speak in anger, ask, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it right? If it fails any part, shut the gate. Silence is better than a lie. Silence is better than unfair punishment. Integrity is not a concept, it's repetition. 6. The end of debate. Quote, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. Men love speeches. Men love identity. Men love performance. Family first. Respect. Leadership. But then we scroll our phones at dinner like zombies. Your family is not inspired by your words. They are shaped by your actions. Your children don't learn from your lectures. They learn from your reactions. The standard. Today, spend 15 minutes with your child. No phone, no TV, no half attention, just presence. If you can lead a team through a quarterly review, you can lead yourself to put your phone away for 5 minutes. Don't tell them you love them. Show them they are important enough to have your full attention. 7. The freedom of the iron will. Quote, discipline is freedom. Most men think discipline is prison. They think it's suffering. They're wrong. Discipline is freedom from your own chaos. Freedom from repeating the same mistakes. Freedom from apologizing every week for being a different person under stress. As a leader and father, you need 3 non-negotiables. 1. Sleep. Tired men are angry men. You cannot be stoic on 4 hours of sleep. 2. The release ritual. Before you walk into your house, sit in your car for 2 minutes. Visualize taking off your work armor and putting on your father cloak. Leave the office stress outside. 3. The nightly review. 3 lines. What went well, where you lost control, how you fix it tomorrow. This is how men rebuild themselves. Daily, not dramatically. The consolidation. You don't need 10 dusty books to start stoicism. You need 1 skill, response control. 1. Control what you can, release what you can't. R. Don't pass poison downward. 3. Stop suffering imaginary futures. 4. Expand the space before you react. 5. Speak truth only, do what's right only. 6. Stop talking about being a good man. Be one. 7. Discipline is peace. Apply these for 7 days and the atmosphere in your home will change. Your team will feel your presence shift. Calm is not a personality trait. Calm is a professional skill. Now the CTA, clear and simple. If you want the 7-day commander checklist to bridge the office and the home, comment checklist. If you want the cool-down sentences, comment space. And if you're ready to build a fortress that no storm can shake, subscribe. Watch the next video on your screen. How to set boundaries without raising your voice. That's the next step in your training. Be the man you claim to be. See you there.